Gonzaga Basketball is likely to be ranked the highest they've ever been in preseason polls for the 2018-19 season. The Bulldogs return 4 double-digit scorers and bring in a transfer in Brandon Clarke, who averaged nearly 18 ppg and 8.0 rpg at San Jose State. They don't have many weaknesses to speak of, as their lineup is strong, and bring in a pair of top 100 recruits to solidify the bench. But there might be one area where they can improve it for next year. Josh Perkins will return as the fifth-year redshirt senior. He's a steady playmaker that shoots around 40% from three-point range. The 6'3" guard isn't the problem, but rather who'll be his backup. Last season, senior guard Silas Nelson and freshman Zach Norville Jr. were the primary ball handlers when Perkins took a seat on the bench. While both of them weren't bad options, neither could facilitate the offense like a traditional point guard can. Gonzaga struggled offensively and could use another ball handler, especially after freshman guard Jesse Wade elected to transfer. That leaves Joel Ayayi, a 6'5" guard who redshirted last season. It's approaching summer and 99% of the available key transfers and recruits are off the table. But there is one late grad transfer who Gonzaga could really need. And it's one that they're familiar with as well. Big name is added to the grad transfer list. North Dakota guard Geno Crandall will graduate and transfer. Perun HC Brian Jones averaged 16.6 ppg and shot better than 50% from the field and 40% from three. Can play either guard spot. Kevin Sweeney, at CBB_Central, June 11, 2018. Geno Crandall is the typical mid-major grad transfer these days in terms of their desire to find winning basketball. The prior team he was on, North Dakota, went 12-20, 6-12 in the Big Sky. And although they would lose just one player, the Fighting Hawks aren't expected to compete for the top of the conference. So it makes sense why the team's leading scorer and passer would leave after graduating if he has the option. Gonzaga is one of Crandall's top 5 teams, with Xavier, Minnesota, Colorado State and New Mexico State also involved. It appears that the Bulldogs, Gophers and Musketeers are the serious contenders for his services. More from Gonzaga. Bulldogs bought the team from Spokane and the Fighting Hawks star have met before. It was back in December 16, with Crandall playing at Gonzaga. In what was an unexpected barn burner, the Bulldogs needed overtime to beat North Dakota, 89-83. Crandall led all scorers that game with 28 points while chipping in with 5 rebounds and assists. That was tied for his third highest scoring performance of last year, with the 41-point game versus Troy to open the season being his best. As I've said before, Gonzaga could use some depth at the guard spot. Crandall shot 42% from deep, so he could easily play off the ball while Perkins runs point. He then can slide over when the starter sits down, meaning that the grad transfer can play 25 to 30 minutes a game on a Final Four contender. He could either start at the 2 spot and have Norville come off the bench, or have the sophomore wait one more year to become a full-time starter. Either way, everyone will get enough playing time to be satisfied. Even if Gonzaga doesn't land Crandall, they'll still be a Final Four contender. But with Kentucky recently landing grad transfer Red Travis from Stanford, the college basketball arms race continues. And with injuries always playing a factor, you never can have too much depth.